Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 14 of Dynasty Warriors 4 Extreme Legends. In this episode, we're going to be taking on the Battle of Jing Province as Sun Jian's forces, and let me make a correction, that is 2 parts late, or should I say 3 parts late. Yeah, somebody actually did have an ultimate weapon at Xiao Gate. It was Sun Jian. Ironically enough, he's the one who got the kill in part 11, but still, nonetheless, had I been controlling him, I would have gotten the actual weapon. I'll make the correction by the end of this part, or at least by the time this part is uploaded, but that's not the point. The point is, we're playing in the stage where Sun Jian would meet his untimely demise. Oh, and for the record, this game right here was before Sun Shang was all of a sudden thrown with skirts on and stuff like that. Made her look more girly. I mean, she looked better as a tomboy than what she did in a dress. Plain and simple. That's just my opinion. I liked her Dynasty Warriors 4 and 5 outfits so much better. But beggars can't be choosers. On that note, all we have to do is just defeat Liu Biao. However, that defeat condition is a complete different story. Now, as far as for getting Xiao Qiao's ultimate weapon, which is a pair of fans, you have to actually defeat Kai Mao, and Lu Gong before Sun Jian gets defeated by Huang Zu. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I think the cutscene for that starts right about now.
Sun Jian, what business do you have bringing your family here? You should go back to hunting along the Jiangdong.
Silence! I will not listen to Liu Biao's lapdog. I claim this land of Jing in the name of the Sun family.
Welp, it's started. And all you have to do is go straight to the middle for Kai Mao and then take a right to get the Lu Gong. And that's how you're gonna get Xiao Qiao's ultimate weapon. Ironically enough, Xiao Qiao's not even here. I think she's guarding the base, probably. I think that's what it is. She's with Zhou Yu, but normally Xiao Qiao would be in the front lines, and Xiao Qiao is not really that bad of a player. She's really decent along with her sister. So what you basically have to do is take care of the generic officers, because quite frankly, everyone here is a generic officer. They have not given Liu Biao a model yet. I mean, by the time they gave him a model, it's like all the way to Dynasty Warriors Blast. And even then, he's probably a clone character. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just basically trying to make sure that my base didn't get taken. Meanwhile, Sun Jian just got slain. See, if this was Sun Ce, well, Sun Jian would probably be, well, dead. Not injured, dead. So now the control of the Sun forces is now in the hands of Sun Ce. Had I played Sun Ce, I would have to actually check on Sun Jian and see how he's doing. Actually, in fact, Sun Shang can do that too, as well as Sun Xuan. The problem of the matter is,
the enemy captured our base. There must have been a weak point.
We would have to deviate from what we were doing. Oh, and also bear in mind one other thing. Oh, by the way, I was showing you where all the enemies were. bear in mind one other thing. There are only that many handful of enemies, right? That will change dramatically. Oh, right! Almost forgot. If you defeat Shang Lu, he's not going to be fell, he's going to just retreat. On that note,
Hit me with everything you got.
I'm using a level 1 weapon and I'm still doing fine.
Stay focused on the matter at hand.
Honestly, I should take Sun Shang over the Chang Shan
Not gonna
and
die
have
here.
her buff
Time
up.
to run.
But nonetheless, I so miss Sang Shang's sacrams. By the way,
Says a woman has to
you had to
be.
kill Huang Zu. He had the dim sum, just in case you're wondering. And I think Sang Lu didn't have anything else of note. So let's hop on to Red Hair and continue our campaign. But if you go anywhere near where Sun Jian was struck down, I think there should be a cutscene coming up. Yes, there is actually. Just go on ahead and defeat all the enemy checkpoints here. It's not going to matter because it's going to be filled with an ambush troop on both sides. So as soon as you even approach the castle, you're probably going to be in for a rude awakening because Sun Jian would be dead. Just head over to Sun Ce and then you will get this cutscene.
Brother, Father has...
Ah. We mustn't lose focus. It'll be okay. Wait for me, Father. I will kill Liu Biao for you.
The funny thing is, if you play, sorry, I bit my tongue, as Sun Xuan or Sun Shang, you could actually trigger that cutscene after you go to the spot where he was ambushed and go back to Sun Ce. That's kind of a Easter egg there, or at least a triggered cutscene. So, quite frankly, I don't have to worry about the ultimate weapon for Xiao Qiao because I'm not playing as her
Says a woman has
anytime in this game. Because I actually want to challenge. Just saying. Just saying. That and I haven't actually maxed out Xiao Qiao just yet. I played random people. I actually played like other people in Wei and Shu and Wu. And some people in others. Among them Lu Bu. But but unlike with Dynasty Warriors 4 where Sun Ce ends up kicking the bucket in a mission and Sun Xuan ends up taking over, that's not the case here. In fact, the mission that ends Sun Ce's life is practically the next mission. I think it was Sun Ce's illusionary test or something like that. I'm trying to think of what it was, but that's the one that actually ends Sun Ce's life. But nonetheless, all we have to do is just take out every other generic officer. However, keep an eye on the left-hand corner of your map. Sun Ce's right there. Oh, and by the way, that was the dim sum. It was in the center. It was right near the center base. All you had to do was break the jar and get it. But make sure no harm comes to Sun Ce because an ambush troop is going to come right here. And that will pretty much make things a little bit rougher for Sun Ce, because Sun Ce is basically just like your NPCs in this game. They're not very bright. They're gonna go down really quickly if you do not stop them from actually going down really quickly. And look, we found Sub-Zero! Haha, yes, Kuo Liang. we are going to defeat him. And we defeated him, and there goes the Lin Kuei.
Launch the attack at once.
But,
So this is to be
all
my
jokes
final
aside, it's time for us to go after the, ambush troops that just showed up. And they're gonna start mobilizing too and go straight for our base. Which, by the way, no one's protecting! So let's go on ahead and finish off these guys before they decide to bum rush our base. Because like I said, the NPCs, or should I say the characters that are being controlled by the computer, are dumb. And they're going to let the base get captured. Plain and simple.
Woman has to be weak.
Then again, I'm dumb too for actually thinking that I could come in here with a level 1 weapon. Although I'm doing fine, still,
Can't just sit around all day.
I would prefer if I was using a level 3 weapon because I would have more of her movesets available. So, we just need to take care of business and make sure that we get rid of all of the people that are trying to break in.
This should be over.
And the funny thing is, several years ago, this was one of the parts that started glitching out because my capture card needed to be updated. Yeah, that was the problem. My capture card needed to be updated because my capture card's driver system had to be updated so that it can record in HD. Or at least be recorded on HD computers, otherwise it would stutter and stammer. I didn't know this at the time, because back then the website for the capture card charged a heavy price for the driver, and I didn't have the money for it.
Who says a woman has to be weak?
And I probably would have needed the driver due to the fact that if I was going to upgrade, that came with the driver as well. So that's why it cost a heavy fortune. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, the vidbox that I'm using is actually vidbox 7. Oh, well, it's vidbox 5 with a vidbox... Okay, it's vidbox 5 with a vidbox 7. Oh, excuse me, I didn't mean to do that. Let me try to calm down and repeat myself, because I accidentally belched there. My bad. I just got finished eating some food. Also, that also kind of helped, but not in a good way. But as I was saying, I'm practically recording with a vidbox 5 with a vidbox 7 driver, and the vidbox 7 driver also can record in HD, or at least play in HD if not record. And I'm also going over to the right to try to make sure that Sun Jian is not going to fall. Or at least open the gate so the gate captain can come in. But by this time, Chen Pu would fall. Now, unlike with this game, Chen Pu is in Dynasty Warriors 9. He looks badass, and so is his weapon.
What exceptional skill.
The problem? He's not the only one with it. Pretty sure there were other people with the same weapon too. Yeah, the clone weapon argument. Funnily enough, I may be either, cursed? Ouch! I did not mean to be hit by goddamn sorcerers. But nonetheless, I would say, oh wait, that's not sorcerers, those were arrows. Ice arrows! How the hell do they have ice arrows? Nonetheless, what I was trying to say, that I may be cursed because I did mention in part 5 of Dynasty Warriors 5 Extreme Legends that they cut half of the roster for realism, and they're gonna try to resell the entirety of the game of Samurai Warriors 5 for the sake of realism. I called it too, and sure enough, that's exactly what they're doing. Wow. Koei is just not smart. Okay, they're sorta smart because they got suckers like me to buy freaking Dynasty Warriors 9, but that's not the point. They're not smart at all. Now it's come to the point where it's so predictable that even people who defended Koei for quite some time can actually agree. And that's sad. It's sad when Jim Sterling, of all people, ends up being right. And why do I say of all people? Because the man literally was involved in an $80,000 scam, which was a Kickstarter scam, mind you, that Zoe Quinn was not only took part of, but she tried to hype up a brand new game which would have starred Jim Sterling and Joey Ryan, and it was a porn game which some random unicorn was fucking subdued. I swear to God, that's what the game was about. Jim Sterling was a part of that, by the way. And while he didn't get paid, and many other people didn't get paid, including Joey Ryan, Zoe Quinn made off with the $80,000 and went to Japan. Why am I talking about that? Because Jim Sterling, knowing he did this, has the audacity to try to call out games for their scummy their scummy microtransaction practices, yet he was working with a developer who did the exact same thing. That's what I'm trying to say.
So, my might was not enough.
So yeah, I don't want to prove Jim Sterling right, but yeah, he is kind of right, because Koei did exactly what I said, and is reselling characters. And also reselling weapons under the guise of realism and having clone weapons. God damn it. But nonetheless, we defeated Liu Biao. I mean, he's a generic officer. That's why I didn't really talk about him. And I certainly clean house. God, did I clean house. Although she didn't level up, that's okay. Not keeping that. I'm going to keep that and replace one of my chakram with it. And sorry if you hear anything in the background. And then it finally dawned on me that I actually have that. I have a level 3, and it really, really irked me that I didn't use it. But that's okay. We're done. And we got ourselves a little bit of more. Actually, we could go one more battle with her in the next part, and she'll be maxed out. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, we got a bodyguard known for one kingdom of being event. No. Get lost. You're eliminated. No. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe the next episode will be the Wu territories, or whatever episode it will be. I do know this, that in part 16, we're still going to continue on, or 15 actually, yes. Part 15, we're going to continue on in free mode in Dynasty Warriors. This is RVman985. Peace out.